people playing frisbee back there. We also have a cool tent over here, which is great to hang out, especially when it's raining. It's super relaxing just to be able to still come outside and kind of hang out. Over here, we have the Arc, which is the area with like all the engineering, all the computer science, and they do have a cafe on the inside that I absolutely love to kind of sit back and hang out at. Right over on this side, past these columns right here, is the district on West. So that is one of the dining hall options. So you're basically living right here, right across from the dining hall, which is super convenient, and it's absolutely great. And yeah, that's a little bit about West Green.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Chloe. Is Jacob out there and ready to go?
Yes, I am. Can you see me?
Yeah, we got you.
All righty, that is great. So hello, everyone. My name is Jacob. I'm going to be showing you South Green today. A little bit about me. I'm currently a sophomore here at OU, majoring in nursing through our college health and science professions. I'm also part of the Ohio Honors Program. I'm from Westchester, New York, so I am an out-of-state student. And a fun fact about me is I'm a part of 2 organizations here on campus, one of which is our nursing organization. I'm on the executive board for that. I act as the class representative. So I will flip my camera really quick. So this is going to be South Green right around me. I'm going to try and turn, hopefully my Wi-Fi doesn't kind of cut around. So I actually currently live here on South Green in one of our suite style residence halls, which are right over there through the trees. And so South Green is a really great place to kind of hang out. As you can tell, we kind of have some sand beach volleyball. This is called South Beach. And then right over there is some more greenery. People kind of like to play some spike ball, kind of throw some frisbees, throw a football, things like that. And you can kind of see it right over there is some basketball courts where people are playing basketball. Here on South Green, we have a wide variety of different types of residents living. We have some freshman residence halls that are offered kind of as either quads or doubles, things like that. We also do have triples. And then, as I said, our suite style middle. Also here on South Green, you can kind of, if I can turn my camera, you can see right over there is going to be Nelson Dining Hall. So South Green does have a dining hall here on this residential green. So if you live on South, it's not too far to kind of grab some food with your friends, things like that. South Green is a great place, kind of just have a great time, kind of hang out. You can eat inside, you can eat outside. I love living on this green. It is so beautiful with all the trees around. I'll show these lovely trees again. Kind of, we have that listening to a little fall weather going on. So it's a really great time to kind of hang out. And it is a really nice day out today. So it's been really nice to kind of get out and do this TGL. And but that's pretty much all about South Green. And I will pass it off.
Well, that's perfect. All right. McKenna, are you ready to go?
I am. Can you hear me, BJ?
I got you loud and clear.
All right. Awesome. Well, hello, everyone. My name is McKenna. To introduce myself, I am a senior at OU. I'm studying exercise physiology with a minor in biological sciences. I'm from Youngstown, Ohio, and a fun fact about me is I have 3 jobs here on campus. So I am a very busy girl. But I am currently on East Green, which is the 3rd of our residential greens we have here on campus. So my spiel is going to be a little bit longer. I am actually going to take you guys into a residence hall, but I first wanted to show just a little bit. Let me flip my screen. Let me see. Not good with all of this.
Take your time. You're doing great.
I was like, I can't find it. I really can't find it. How do I switch my screen?
Okay. Why don't you just twist the phone and I will try to
Okay.
guide your camera if we need to.
That's a great option. So all along here, as you see, this is all going to be residential greens or all residential rooms. So these are going to be typically first year residence halls. As you can see going down this street, that is going to be lining the whole path. That is all going to be first year residence halls, as well as all of these. So a lot of living situations we have here on East Green. However, I am going to take you into one of our residential halls. That is going to be Jefferson Hall. It is newly renovated, so I will show you the lobby area, the common area, and we also do have a market in Jeff. So that is just going to be, we don't consider it a dining hall, but there are a lot of different eating options in Jeff. So you can shop for food there. There is a market, just like a little grocery store area. There is a sandwich shop, so that has sandwiches. You can create your own, or you could get like a specialty sandwich. That's called Brick City Deli. We also do have a fun little juice bar. You can get a bunch of different juices. They actually juice them right there for you, which is really cool. And then we also have two cafes. So little coffee shops right located inside Jeff. So I am going to show you. This is going to be Jefferson Hall. So I am going to take you guys in there. BJ, do I have enough time?
Oh, yeah, we've got plenty of time.
All right, perfect.
Yep.
So I am going to mask up, of course.
That is correct. That is correct. Just going to share. On campus, we are currently masking up inside any of the on-campus facilities, which is why McKenna is very rightly so, covering up that nose and mouth while she is inside a building.
We are inside Jefferson Hall. First, I'm going to show you guys the market. So as you can see, we have a nice little option. So this is going to be just our typical marketplace. You can see all of our foods. This is all of our pantry foods, of course. We also do have fresh foods right over here. And as we continue going on, I will show you guys a little bit about the juice bar. So again, more fresh food, lots going on in there. Here is our little juicery. So you can see there's a bunch of different juicing options. It is definitely one of my favorite places to shop. The juices are amazing and they're fresh, and you can taste the freshness. And also going to take you guys to City Deli. Again, so these are all of our sandwich options. You can also buy deli meats. It's really cool. So it's a nice little market for you there. And then here is going to be the coffee shop. That is going to be just a nice little cafe for coffee. All right, so that is going to be basically Jefferson Marketplace. So again, you'll see ordering sandwiches or just take you guys all the way back, and I'll show you the lobby area. Again, Jefferson is renovated, so very nice. You'll see a lot of students hang out. There's TVs, there's study room, everything like that. So I'm walking over there now.
Hey, McKenna, I have a quick question for you while you're kind of getting to your next spot.
Yeah.
So if I'm on campus and I have a meal plan of the flex variety, how can I use that at Jefferson Marketplace?
So Jeff has what is called flex swipes. So say you have the flex meal plan as opposed to the traditional meal plan. You can actually take your leftover swipes. They're worth $6.50, and you can actually spend the remaining balance in the campus market, such as Jefferson Market. So if you wanted to pick up groceries or just shop around, you can actually use those flex meal swipes inside of there, as opposed to traditional where you can swipe in and out of the dining halls, but you can't use those extra swipes, the swipes you didn't use within the week at anywhere else. So that is a great thing with Flex. It gives you a little more variety. Even if you wanted to buy groceries instead of filling the dining hall that week or that day, you could definitely buy a meal here instead. So it gives a lot more variety. It is definitely Flex 14. Personally, in my a perfect meal plan for me, I felt like I had just enough swipes and Flex gives you a little more flexible options. So I really liked Flex 14 as a meal plan. So now we are in the lobby or common area. As you can see, beautiful fireplace. I'm gonna take you guys a little bit around. So you can see there's just tables to hang out. And then there are gonna be some study rooms in there. You can see people studying in there. That's just a nice little way to get out of your room without actually having to go outside, especially because it is gonna get colder soon. So we are gonna come over here, and then that is going to be tables, chairs, and then there are some computers to use as well. So that's just going to be a nice little lobby area inside of Jefferson. Awesome. So I'm going to head back outside onto East Green, but I just wanted to show you guys just the common area and the Jefferson.
All right. Thank you so very much. Chloe, it looks like we had a little bit of technical difficulties when you were talking on over there on West. So if you wouldn't mind popping back on, if you're still available over there, to turn that camera on and show us a little bit more of West Green, we would love that.
Yeah, can you guys hear me and see me all right?
Absolutely, sounding great.
Okay, good. I'm trying to this way to keep my connection stable. But I showed you guys a little bit of that area earlier. There's a tent over there, so it's really fun to kind of sit down and relax and hang out with some friends. We also have the Arc down here as well, and they have a cafe in there, so that's always really fun to kind of hang out as well. In terms of living, we do have a couple different styles of living here. We do have Suite Style over in Bromley. I am not in the area of Bromley, so I can't really show you what that looks like, but basically what the Suite Styles are is it's a room, it's 2 rooms with a bathroom in between, so you're kind of you have to clean that bathroom yourself, unlike the communal bathrooms, which is the most of the rest of West Green as well. So you can kind of see the dining hall a little bit better right here as well. So that's the district. So it's right here. It's right in the middle of West Green. So it's super convenient, and it's a lot of fun to kind of walk over, grab a meal with your friends. There's also a smoothie bar, which is absolutely delicious. So I'd always go there and pick up a smoothie. With living in these residence halls as well, most of them are going to be traditional doubles, so that's with the communal bathroom that I mentioned earlier. And then a lot of them are unrenovated, so you've got the window box units, but with those you have a little bit more control over those units as well. So you can actually go a little bit colder with those, I believe, which is really nice. We also just got a new renovation with the street that runs right next to West Green, Richland Avenue, and we actually have a bridge that the pedestrians can actually walk under while the cars drive over. And so that's really cool. They have LED lights that go off during the night when it's dark outside, so you can see your way kind of through there, and it's a great place for pictures as well. So yeah, that's a little bit more about West Green. It's very open here as well, so a lot of the time you'll see people kind of coming out, maybe throwing a frisbee, throwing a football. So there's definitely a lot to do over here as well.
It sounds great. That sounds amazing. Hey, anything else on West Green? I felt like I cut you off before, so I will make sure you got everything you wanted to say about that.
Like I just said, with like the Arc, it's just a very open area.
Cool.
I can kind of try to walk over by the tent as well and kind of show you it. I don't know if you guys were able to see it on my phone earlier, but that's my personal favorite place to kind of sit down and hang out. I really like going over there when it rains because it's really cool. You can just kind of chill out and stay dry while listening to the relaxing rain, which is really fun. There's a lot of benches as well, so you'll see people maybe take their food from the dining hall to go and maybe have an outdoor picnic, which is always fun. It is getting a little colder, so maybe not so many more picnics anymore, but hopefully in the spring those will start back up here pretty soon.
It is in Ohio. It is Ohio and getting in there. So you know what they say, if you don't like the weather, wait a minute, right? It's going to change. So if I could have the other guys pop on, I want to ask a couple questions that have come in and just to kind of talk about your experiences. So if I'm a first-year student and I'm looking to be on campus in the fall, there are lots of reasons to choose lots of different spaces, right? So if you had a piece of advice for those students who are looking at places to live on campus, what is an item or something that they should really consider when they're looking at a place to live? McKenna, you got something.
Well, I decided where I was going to live, which residential green I was going to live my freshman year based on where my classes were. So I am an exercise physiology major. So that is actually within Grover Center on West Green. That is going to be the College of Health Sciences and Professions. West Green is a little bit farther away than East and South. So I wanted to make sure I was on my classes, getting to there on time. So West Green was the closest option for me, and I definitely chose to live there for that reason my freshman year, just for it being so close to my one main college and campus.
Awesome. So class location, although you probably were all over campus on your first year, but that's definitely one thing to consider. Chloe
Yes,
or Jacob?
definitely
Go ahead.
my first and second year, you do take a lot of intro courses, so those are going to be spread out around campus. So again, it's not all of my classes. I just wanted to be close
Right.
to the main classes, so my introductory to science classes, ex-phys classes, things like
Yeah, great. But that is definitely one way to look at choosing. Jacob, Chloe, any pieces of advice? Jacob.
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah, you can go next then, Chloe. But Jacob.
For me, I was part of the freshman class that came in during COVID. So unfortunately, I had a lot of classes online. But when choosing a residence hall, I kind of was able to put towards amenities. So my freshman year, I was able to get a room that actually had a sink in it. So I didn't really have to leave my room to go brush my teeth, wash my face, fill my Brita filter, things like that. So because it was right in the room. So that's kind of what dictated my decision. There are 4 residence halls on East Green that are going to have sinks in their rooms, and that's going to be Biddle, Lincoln, Bush, and Johnson. So for me, even though McKenna gave a nice
Thank
little
you,
pan
McKenna.
there. Even though East Green is a little far from my building, which is also Grover Center, just like McKenna, since I was online, I was able to kind of just look more towards amenities rather than walking.
Cool, thank you. So classes and then just amenities, what you're looking for in a living space, both great tips. Chloe, what you got?
So I'd highly recommend looking into living communities. So that's basically you're deciding where to live based off of a special interest that you may have, and then you'll actually be living with people that have that similar interest with you. So over here on West Green, over in James, we actually have the athletic living community. So that's where a bunch of athletes are currently staying. So it's definitely a great way to kind of just already make friends and to be living with people that have the same interests. So I'm sure with the athletic community, a lot of people like to go out, kind of work on their athletic skills. So like throw around the football, as I said earlier, a lot of people are around here doing that right now. And I believe there's also one over in Lincoln. I believe that's either the music or just the art one in general, which is really cool. I actually had a friend live in that one my freshman year, and they really enjoyed it. They actually started a band, which was really cool. So it's just a great way to kind of already make friends right off the bat.
That's another great tip. If you are in have the option of a living community, a living learning community, you can definitely do that. I will say there aren't a lot of those living communities, but there's definitely a good option for you to do as part of those living learning communities. Great tips. If I may, I will add one of my own, if that is okay. I would also say, especially during your first year, because you are going to be all over campus, if there's a specific activity that you are really interested or in, or you know that there's a place on campus that you're going to be spending a lot of time outside of the classroom, if you are interested in sports and being a student gets you access to all of those varsity events at no additional cost, a lot of those sports complexes are really close to West Green. So that might be also a reason to choose that. If you are looking to get yoked out and use use our workout facility, that's really close to South Green. So that could be a choice. Also, intramural fields, really close to South Green as well. And I would say if you're someone who looked at the library and was like, this is going to be my second home, East Green is also really close to the library and also all of the performing arts classes and buildings over there. So if you also know that Arts for Ohio grant gives you free admission, gets a free ticket to anything put on by the College of Fine Arts, then a lot of those can take place there as well. And MIMOD, where many special events and also touring shows. If that's something that you're looking forward to, East Green is a place for you as well. So many different reasons to choose options. And thank you so much for sharing those options with us. So we've got a few minutes left, and I will say, if you can, one last question for everybody. And you may have touched on it a little bit earlier, but if you could name one or two, because I know it's hard sometimes to pick one, of your favorite reasons for living on campus. What was kind of a great experience you had, or just the best reason to choose to live on campus? Not necessarily where, because I know we can, if wherever you lived your first year is going to where you tell everybody to live. I get it. East Green's the best. But I will tell you that but you do have. So if you could just share one thing that you really liked about living on campus, especially your first year. Who wants to take that one first?
I will.
McKenna, go ahead.
So one thing I noticed being on campus, as opposed, because I am off campus in a house now, I realized how many events actually take place within the residential greens or just around campus in general. I can recall two favorite events that really made coming back to campus the best time. So actually on West Green, I remember my freshman year, it was freshman year fall, few days into the semester, didn't really know anyone. There was bouncy castles and snow cones, and it was, I forget what it was called. It was like a West Green carnival, I think it was called, but a bunch of different events, and a lot of the people in my residential hall that I didn't really know all decided to go together, and I still talk to a lot of them today, 4 years later. So that was definitely something that we just were walking home from and just saw, and it was a great time. I also remember my sophomore year, we had a tie-dyeing event on South Green. So that actually provided OU t-shirts. It had an OU logo, but it was completely white, and we were provided all the materials to tie-dye, which was really awesome. Again, that was just walking home one day, saw it was a tie-dye party, and we got a free t-shirt that we were able to tie-dye, me and all my friends. So that was really fun events that I can recall. Just living on campus, you really get to see a lot of different events, especially stuff you get free stuff at. So make sure you keep that in mind, and just keep an eye open. There's a lot of different events in Baker or Memod or on College Green, just really anywhere around campus that tries to include all the students. And again, living on campus really brought my attention to that. So those were some great experiences for me.
Okay, thanks. Either one of you want to add something? Go next.
I'll go. So my favorite part about living on campus was the sense of community that it really created. So I was right down the hall from some of my best friends that I didn't know before moving into a residence hall. So what we would actually do is we would open up our doors and put like door stops and just leave our doors open. And that was basically an invite to like come into the room, come talk, go suggest an activity to do. So a lot of the time people would come in and go, hey, you want to go ice skating or something? Or they have one of the events or something going on. And that was just a great way to kind of get to know people and to kind of have that sense of community. The other great thing is you're living so close to all of your friends as well, all the friends that are taking the same classes as you, so you can start those study groups and help you study a little bit more and understand some of the stuff on your exams or anything like that. So that was also very helpful. But my like best friend, he lived 2 residence halls away from me, so I could just walk over there anytime I wanted and kind of hang out. Now I'm living off campus, which I'm living pretty close to campus, but it's still a bit of a walk. So sometimes I'll have to drive to my friend's house, and it'll be more of a planned event rather than like I'll just stop by and kind of hang out for a little bit. It's more of we need to have a little bit of planning before, just to make sure everybody's at home and we are actually available to hang out that time.
Awesome. Then Jacob, you have something to add to that, please?
Yeah, I do. So I actually still live here on campus. So I'm actually living in one of our suite style residence halls. Something that I love being here on campus is just that everything is very close to me. So as Chloe said, driving around and having to get to her friend's house and things like that. It does take planning. Here, I kind of just text my friends and I'm like, hey, can I come over? And they're like, yeah, sure. So it's really nice kind of just being right there. I have a lot of friends who live either in my building or live close to me. So it's really nice with that. Also here on campus, there's a lot of greenery and a lot of different open spaces. So one example is going to be right by next to that tree is going to be South Beach. I probably play beach volleyball there a lot. Well, when it's warmer, it's been getting a little colder here, but 2 months ago I was probably there, or like a month ago I was there probably almost every day playing volleyball and hanging out with my friends. So it's living on campus is a really great way to kind of just get out of the room and kind of de-stress away from classes and things like that, because you always got to de-stress as college students.
Absolutely. Well, I will say this has been great. It's been great to see. And I mean, it's just starting to get a little dark on campus, but absolutely beautiful this time of year. So thank you for sharing your experiences and walking us around campus tonight. I really do appreciate that. And if you're watching this and you are jealous that you're not on campus, I get it. I'm not on campus either, and I'm jealous just watching them right now. But definitely come visit campus. If you are someone who's looking to possibly be a Bobcat in the fall or in the future, let us know. Come visit. We are doing campus visits, so we would love to have you here visit. Most daily visits, most days Monday through Friday, and most Saturdays as well. We've got a huge visit coming up November 19th if you're watching this live for our Discovery Day. So you can definitely come and take advantage of getting to know them. But plan a visit. Come check us out on campus. We would love to have you. All right. Well, I think we're going to say goodnight for now and say again a huge thank you for all of you who have stopped by and watched pieces or parts of this, and a special thank you for all of our wonderful student tour guides who were there tonight. It was so great to see you all, and on behalf of all of them and myself, I'd like to wish you all a very good evening, and as always, go Bobcats. Thanks for coming. See you later.